Welcome back. This is the 23rd segment of our series, Because It's True, making the case for Christianity in bite-sized pieces. Now, we have come to the place where we can begin to address the issues concerning the second prong of our apologetic model, which are the historical issues surrounding the Christian faith. And to do this, we need to, I think, at first address the question of the Bible. Is it trustworthy? Especially given the fact that Christians maintain that it is nothing less than the Word of God. Now, as we do this, we are, of course, going to have to address some objections that have been put before the Bible, and there are several of them. But the most audacious of objections is the one that I hear with some regularity, and I have even heard it, and it's been told to me in exchanges on Facebook. And that is, I don't have to take seriously a book that was written by a bunch of Bronze Age goat herders or Bronze Age tribesmen. Well, first of all, most of the Old Testament was written during the Iron Age, which ran from approximately 1200 BC to 500 BC. And the entire New Testament, written in the first century, was after both the Iron Age and the Bronze Age. So, if someone wants to make a snarky remark about the people who wrote the Bible, as though just because you were born after they were, and therefore you must be smarter than they are, the correct term would be ancient book. But there are a number of reasons not to dismiss the Bible. Just as a book, it is a book that if you want to be culturally literate, you just don't dismiss this book. And when you think about the influence that it has had over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, you just don't dismiss this book. Listen, as of 2015, Christianity had approximately 2.3 billion adherents around the globe. Now, this is out of a population of 7.5 billion people. This is representing 1/3 of the world's population, and it is the largest religion in the world. The reason that there are so many adherents to Christianity is because so many people have not dismissed the Bible. Christianity is predominant and is the predominant religion in Europe, Russia, North America, South America, the Philippines, East Timor, Southern Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, and Oceania, if I pronounced that correctly. It is also represented by a large portion of the population in parts of the world such as Indonesia, Central Asia, the Middle East, and in West Africa, it is second only to Islam. Then if you look at the influence that the Bible has had in Western civilization, you find that it has been a primary influence in the areas of conduct, of government, art, literature, and the list just goes on and on and on. This is not a book to be dismissed. But is it the Word of God? Well, one initial clue is to look at the Bible itself, recognizing that it's not just one book. It is 66 different books. And these 66 books were written over a period of about 1,500 years. There are 40 generations represented in this historical narrative given to us in the Bible. It was written by over 40 authors, and we're talking about a wide variety of people. We're talking about kings and peasants and philosophers and poets and fishermen and statesmen, scholars, etc., etc., etc. It was written in times of peace. It was written in times of war. It was written in 3 different languages: Hebrew, Greek, Aramaic. And it was written on 3 different continents: Asia, Africa, and Europe. Also, it addresses dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of controversial issues, particularly issues that have to do with the nature of God and the nature of humans and what it means to be saved and be in a relationship with the Creator, not to mention some of the secondary issues that are controversial. And yet, there is a consistency throughout concerning these issues. And look, if you were to take 10 of your family members and your friends, all of whom have basically the same background, not nearly the diversity that I just described to you, and you pass out 3 different topics that are somewhat controversial, and you send them away for a day and have them write an essay and have them come back and then compare notes, what's the likelihood that they're going to all agree? They're not. Yet that's what you have with the Bible. So that you get the distinct impression that it was written by one author,